Hi kids, I'm Igal. This week's parsha is called Ki Teitzei. Ki Teitzei is the sixth parsha in the last book of the Torah, Dvarim. What does it mean, the word Ki Teitzei? Ki Teitzei means when you go. When you go to where? When you go to the land of Israel. Moshe and Bnei Israel are just outside the land of Israel. And Moshe is telling them, when you go to Israel, you need to keep the mitzvot that Hashem told you. What is mitzvot? Good deeds. What kind of a mitzvot can we learn from this parsha? This parsha has the largest mitzvot in the whole Torah. More than 70 mitzvot in one parsha. And what kind of those mitzvot can we read and learn? For example, mitzvah tzar baalei chayim. We need to treat the animals with a lot of respect. We can't let them suffer. And also, when you enter the land of Israel, we need to know how to get dressed, how to wear clothes properly, and how to be kind to each other. That's a very important mitzvah that we have to keep when we enter the land of Israel. An example for how to be nice to each other is a mitzvah hashavat avedah. When somebody loses something, we need to do everything to give that thing that he lost back. For example, we need to go and help him find it. How awful is it when you are losing something and you feel so badly? But how good is that someone else will find it for you and tell you, here it is. How happy and grateful will you be? Another mitzvah is to be kind to each other by not judging. What does it mean not to judge someone? It means that maybe we look at someone or someone behaves strangely and we think, oh, that person is a bad person. No, do not judge that person before you know all the facts in advance. Today I want to share with you a story. The story is called Yosale, the Stingy Holy. In this story, we're going to learn how people think about one person really bad thing. But is it right? Or is it something that they don't know, and only because they judged that person too early, they really lost the opportunity to know that that person was maybe very kind. Many years ago, in a city called Krakow, that's in Poland, there was a person called Yosale. Yosale was known as a very wealthy person. He had a big house and a lot of money. People in that town wasn't so wealthy like Yosale. Many of them were poor. And they came every day to Yosale and asked him, can we get some money from you? Can we have something to eat that we can feed our families for Shabbat? And Yosale's answer was always, no, I'm not giving you anything. I'm Yosale. I'm a wealthy person. I have a lot of money. Everyone is asking me for my money to help them. And my answer is always no. People in that town were so angry at Yosale. They couldn't believe that he wouldn't give them something as he was so wealthy. Everybody called him Yosale the Stingy, because he was so not kind and he didn't want to give any of his money to other people. Oh, I'm so poor. I don't have any money. I don't have food for Shabbat, for my family. What should I do? Oh, there is Yosale. Yosale is very wealthy. I can probably ask him for money. Yosale, can you give me something to eat? Some money that I can buy food to my children? I'm so poor and you're so wealthy. Why should I give you my money? I worked so hard for this money. Go find a job and then you can earn your own money. Oh, you're so stingy. You have so much money and you don't give to anyone. Bye. Wait. Come back here. What's your address? I live around the corner on the right side. What does it matter? He won't give me anything. He's so wealthy, he doesn't give any money to anyone. He's such a stingy person. Oh, I'm so hungry. I don't have anything to eat. I'm just a little boy. Oh, I don't have anything to eat. I'm starving. Oh, there is Yosale. Yosale is so wealthy. He has so much money. I will ask him for just a little bit of money to buy food for Shabbat. Yosale, Yosale, can you give me a little bit of money just to buy something to eat for me? I'm a little boy. Why do you ask me for money? Go ask your mommy. Do you know where she is? I don't know where my mommy is. I don't know. I don't have anything to eat. I'm going. Wait, kid, come back. Yes? What's your address? My address? I just live on the left side. You go straight, you turn right, and then I live on the left side. That's all. Why does he need my address? I can't believe it. He's so stingy. One day Yosale got sick. Really sick. And people in that town, including the rabbi, came to Yosale and said, Yosale, you're going to die soon because you're very sick. What are you going to do with all the money that you have? Maybe if you give us some of the money, we can help all the poor people in that town. What was his answer? No. Yosale said, I'm not giving you anything. I don't care. I want to have that money for myself. Everybody was so angry. Everybody called him Yosale the Stingy. I feel so sick. Oh, I don't feel so good. Yosale, you're going to die soon. You're so sick. What are you going to do with all that money that you have? Give some of your money to the people who really need it. I'm not giving you my money. This Yosale is so stingy. Also, when he's going to die, he doesn't want to give any of his money. Ugh. One day, Yosale passed away. He died. No one in that town wanted to pay for his gravestone. The rabbi said, although Yosale was stingy and he didn't help anyone, we as Jewish people have to help each other. And he got some money from different people and he paid for the gravestone. But he wrote on the gravestone, here is buried Yosale the Stingy. Yosale is so stingy. He doesn't want to give any of his money to anyone. But what can we do? When somebody dies, we have to put him in a grave and build a gravestone. That's our duty as Jewish people. Although no one wants to do that, no one wants to pay for the gravestone, we as Jewish people have to do it. And maybe Hashem will punish him that he's been so stingy, although he was so wealthy and so rich. Ah, Yosale, Yosale, I wish you could be more kind and give money to people that really needed it. In the same night, the rabbi had dinner with his wife, and suddenly he heard a knock on the door. He said to his wife, "Are we expecting someone?" She said, "No." He said, "That's strange. I never had someone knocking on the door in the middle of the dinner." So he went to the door, he opened the door, and he see a person there. And he asked him, yes, what can I do for you? And the person said, well, you see, Rabbi, every night I got food in my table because an envelope was waiting underneath my carpet. But tonight I didn't get anything. It's so strange because every night I got it for many, many years. Some money that I can buy food for my family. But tonight it stopped. Can I have something to eat at your house, please? The rabbi looked at him and said, well, that's strange. Well, of course, come in and have something to eat. A few minutes after, there was another knock on the door. He looks at his wife, are we expecting someone? She said, no. So he went to open the door and he see a boy, a little boy. He said, yes, what can I do for you? So the little boy said, well, Rabbi, every night till tonight, I got some food outside my door and an envelope with money. But tonight it stopped. I don't know why. So the rabbi said, well, this is very, very strange. This is a second person who comes to my house in the same evening and telling me that for years he got food and money because it was so poor. They didn't see who it was from, but every night they got the same. So he invited the boy inside to their house. A few minutes after, he heard another knock on the door. The rabbi said, what's going on here? He opened the door and he saw many, many people on the street. All the poor people in that town waiting outside his door. The rabbi asked them, what's going on? Why are you doing here? I never saw you before when I had dinner. So they said to him, well, you see, Rabbi, every night for years we got an envelope with money and some food outside our door. But tonight it stopped. We don't understand why. So the rabbi was thinking to himself, and suddenly he understood. I know what happened. I know why people stopped getting food and money. It was Yosale, who we all thought he was stingy and so rich and didn't want to give any of his money to anyone, and we thought so badly about him. He was actually holy. He gave all those people, the poor people, money. All those years, nobody knew it was him. He put envelopes underneath their carpets. Oh, I feel so bad. I also thought he was stingy. I didn't know he was actually holy. I know what we're going to do. We're going to add one more word to his gravestone. From now, on his gravestone, it will be written, Yosale the stingy, holy. I'm sorry, Yosale. We judged you too early. We didn't know that you were such a kind person. He understood what happened. He understood why tonight it stopped. Why for years they got money outside the door. They didn't see who it was from. But tonight it stopped. And why was that? Because the person who gave them the money and the food outside the door for years was Yosale. Everybody thought that Yosale was stingy. He didn't want to give any money. But the truth was that he gave money to everyone when they didn't see who it was. He understood that everybody judged Yosale too early without knowing all the facts. And the truth was that Yosale was actually holy. He was a tzaddik. He gave tzedakah, money of his own, to other people who really needed it. Everybody thought he was stingy. Everybody thought so badly about him. But he was actually a very kind person. He didn't want other people to think that he was kind, but he was so kind. So the rabbi and the rest of the people went to his grave, and they looked on his gravestone. Remember, it was written, Yosale the Stingy. So they added another word, holy. From today, the rabbi said, the gravestone will say, Yosale the Stingy Holy, because he was holy. What can we learn from this story that we just saw? One of the most important things that we can learn is that we shouldn't judge anyone before we know all the facts. Also, if you think really badly about that person, maybe there's a chance that you're wrong, and maybe it will be too late to tell that person that you're sorry. Like Yosale. Yosale, everybody thought that he was stingy, that he was a bad person. But what was the truth? The opposite. When no one saw, he went and put money underneath the carpet to those people that they can buy food for Shabbat. For years he did that. And in the same time, what did people think about him? That he was really not a nice person. He was stingy. But we know now that that was exactly the opposite. He didn't want everyone to say, oh, look at me, I'm giving so much good things to other people. He didn't want to have any praise to himself. Does that mean that he's not a kind person? No, the opposite. When we give something to another person, the real mitzvah is not going around and show off and say, look, I just gave that person something. No, it's to be humble. We're giving something to other person because we need to do it as human beings, and as Hashem told us how important it is to give tzedakah. Tzedakah to other people that are not so lucky like us. One day you will give money or something to other person that is poor. Why are you going to do that? Because that's one of the mitzvot that we have to do. And this is what the people of Israel have to do when they're coming to Israel, to the land of Israel. They have to remember that they not live in Israel by themselves, and they need to help each other. So I really hope, kids, that we learn from this story to give to others, but also not to praise and not to say, oh, look at me, I gave so much. That's not important. The most important is that you're doing something to another person because you want to be kind. Shabbat Shalom. See you.